Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Podcast English channel. I am Emily, and I am so happy to be here with you today.
And I am Alex. Hello, Emily. Hello to all our listeners around the world. How are you today, Emily?
I am doing great, Alex. I'm feeling very energetic today because our topic is one of my favorite things to talk about.
Oh, I know what it is. We are talking about how English is more than just words and grammar. We are talking about how English opens doors to the world.
Exactly. Many of our listeners are studying hard. They are learning verbs, they are practicing pronunciation, and sometimes it feels like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but today we want to talk about why we do it. Why do we learn English? What are the big rewards?
That's right. English is like a key, a golden key that can open many different doors. Doors to new jobs, doors to new friends, and doors to new adventures.
Emily, let's start with a story. You travel a lot. Has English helped you in a specific moment?
Oh, definitely. I remember a few years ago, I was traveling in Japan. Now, I don't speak Japanese, only a few words like arigato. I was very lost in a big train station in Tokyo.
Tokyo stations are huge. They're like a maze.
They are. I was looking at a map and I felt very stressed. Then a person from Brazil came up to me. He didn't speak Japanese either, and I didn't speak Portuguese, but we both spoke English.
The bridge.
Exactly. We used English to read the signs together and find the right train. We ended up talking for 30 minutes about our lives. He was a doctor from Sao Paulo. Because of English, I wasn't lost anymore, and I made a new friend for a day.
That is a beautiful example. For me, it was about work. Before I became a teacher, I worked in a small office. My boss told me, "Alex, we have a client coming from Norway."
From Norway? Do you speak Norwegian?
No, not at all. But the client spoke English perfectly. Because I could speak English, my boss asked me to lead the meeting. I was nervous, but I did it. That one meeting led to a promotion. English opened the door to a better career for me.
That's amazing, Alex. It shows that even if you aren't in an English-speaking country, English is the common ground. It's the language people use to connect when they come from different places.
So, Emily, let's explain this simply for our listeners. Why is English the world language?
Well, think about the internet. Did you know that more than 50% of the websites in the world are in English?
50%? That is huge. So, if you know English, you can learn almost anything.
Right. If you want to learn about cooking, technology, or history, the best resources are often in English. It gives you more information than you can get in just one language.
It's also the language of movies and music.
Oh, yes. Think about Hollywood or Taylor Swift. When you understand the lyrics of a song, you feel the emotion more deeply. You don't need a translator. You feel it directly.
I like that. Direct connection, no middleman, just you and the world.
Okay, Alex, let's give our listeners some homework, but the fun kind of homework. How can they start using English to open doors right now?
Great idea. I have tip number 1. Change your phone settings to English.
That's a classic, but it's hard, isn't it?
It's a little difficult for the first 2 days, but it teaches you functional English. You learn words like settings, upload, delete, and search without even trying. You see them every day.
I love that. Okay, here is tip number 2. Join an online hobby group in English.
Like a gardening group or a gaming group?
Exactly. If you love photography, join an international photography group on Facebook or Reddit. Talk about your passion in English. When you talk about something you love, you forget to be nervous about your grammar.
That is so true. My tip number 3 is watch movies with English subtitles, not subtitles in your own language.
Why is that important, Alex?
Because when you read your own language, your brain turns off the English sounds. But if you see the English word and hear the English word at the same time, your brain makes a strong connection. It's like double learning.
Great tip. Tip number 4, don't be afraid to make mistakes.
This is the most important one, Emily.
I agree. A mistake is not a wall, it's a stepping stone. When I was in Japan, I said thank you wrong many times. People still helped me. People care about what you say, not if your grammar is perfect.
And finally, tip number 5, travel virtually. Use YouTube to watch travel vlogs. Watch people walking through London or New York or Sydney. Listen to the different accents. It prepares your ears for the real world.
Those are excellent tips. Let's take a very quick breath and listen to some music. When we come back, we will answer some questions from our listeners.
And we are back. We received some great messages on our social media. Emily, do you have the first one?
Yes, this is from Maria in Mexico. She asks, I feel shy when I speak English. I feel like people are judging me. What should I do?
Oh, Maria, we all feel that way sometimes, even Emily and I. Emily, what do you tell your students?
I tell them that most people are actually very kind. If someone sees you trying to speak their language, they don't think, oh, her grammar is bad. They think, wow, she speaks 2 languages. That's impressive.
Exactly. Most native English speakers only speak one language. You're doing something brave. Remember that.
We have another question from Hiro in Japan. He says, I want to work for a big international company. Is English enough?
That's a deep question. English is the door, Hero, but you still have to walk through it with your skills.
Well said, Alex. English gets you the interview, your talent gets you the job. But without English, you might never get the interview in the first place.
Wait, Emily, before we completely sign off, I just realized we didn't talk about one of the most fun doors that English opens.
Oh, which one is that, Alex?
The door of food and culture. Think about it. When you go to a restaurant in a foreign country, the menu is almost always in the local language and English.
That is so true. I remember being in Italy. I don't speak Italian, but because the menu had English descriptions, I knew the difference between a spicy pasta and a seafood pasta. It saved my dinner.
Exactly. It's the little things. English helps you navigate the daily life of a traveler. But let's go deeper. Let's talk about the door of personal growth.
Deep dive, the door of personal growth. That sounds interesting, Alex. What do you mean by personal growth?
Well, researchers say that when you speak a second language, your brain actually works differently. You become a better problem solver. You learn to see the world from 2 different perspectives.
I've noticed that. Sometimes there are words in English that don't exist in my native language, and vice versa. For example, the word serendipity.
Oh, that's a beautiful word. Can you explain it for our learners?
Sure, serendipity is when you find something good by accident. It's a very specific feeling. When I learned that word in English, I started noticing serendipity more in my real life.
So, by learning English vocabulary, you are actually learning new ways to feel and think.
Exactly. It expands your mind. It's like adding more colors to your painting. You can describe your life with more detail and more emotion.
Let's talk about the digital door. We live in 2025, and the world is more connected than ever. Emily, have you ever used English to learn a skill online?
All the time. Last month, I wanted to learn how to edit videos for my sister's wedding. I went to YouTube, and the most detailed tutorials were in English. I sat there with my notebook, hitting pause and play, learning 2 things at once: video editing and technical English.
That is the double win. You get a new skill and you improve your listening.
And think about gaming. My nephew plays online games. He plays with people from Korea, Germany, and Turkey. They all wear headsets and talk to each other in English to win the game.
So English is even the language of victory in video games. That's a great motivation for younger learners. It's not just about school books, it's about winning the match with your team.
Alex, some of our intermediate listeners might feel like they are stuck. They know the basics, but they don't feel like they are opening doors yet. They feel like they're just standing in the hallway.
That is called the intermediate plateau. It's very common. You feel like you are studying, but you aren't getting better. What is your advice for someone standing in that hallway?
My advice is to stop studying and start living in English. If you like true crime stories, listen to a true crime podcast. If you like fashion, read Vogue in English.
So stop looking at English as a subject in school and start looking at it as a tool for your hobbies.
Exactly. The door only opens when you put the key in the lock and turn it. Using English for things you actually enjoy is how you turn that key.
Before we move to our final summary, Alex, do you have a funny story about a language mistake? We told our listeners not to be afraid of them.
Oh, I have a classic one. When I was first learning, I wanted to tell a friend that I was embarrassed because I spilled my drink, but I used a word from another language that sounded like embarrassed, but actually meant pregnant.
Oh no, so you told your friend you were pregnant because you spilled your water?
Yes, my friend looked at me with such a confused face. We laughed for 10 minutes. But you know what? I never forgot the word for embarrassed after that day.
See, mistakes make the best stories. They make you human and they help you remember. Final motivational thought. As we really come to the end now, I want everyone to take a moment. Close your eyes, unless you are driving, and imagine yourself 1 year from now.
Imagine yourself speaking English with confidence. Imagine yourself traveling to a new city, ordering a coffee, and having a long conversation with a stranger.
That person is you. You just need to keep going. Every minute you spend listening to this podcast is a step toward that door.
We believe in you. The world is waiting for you to join the conversation.
Let's do a final recap.
We talked about travel. English is your map and your help in foreign places.
Career, it's the language that leads to promotions and international meetings.
Brain power, it changes how you think and solve problems.
The digital world, it's the language of the internet, gaming, and YouTube tutorials.
Personal joy, understanding songs, movies, and making global friends.
And remember Alex's funny mistake. Don't be afraid to say the wrong thing. It's all part of the fun.
Thank you for staying with us for this extra deep dive. We truly appreciate our community of learners.
You guys are the best. We'll see you in the next episode. Alex, before we finish, I want to say something to everyone listening at home, in their cars, or at the gym.
Go ahead, Alex.
I love learning languages. It's a long journey. Sometimes you feel like you aren't making progress, but every word you learn is a new tool. One day, you will be in a situation, maybe at a job, maybe on a plane, and you will use English to help someone or to express yourself. In that moment, the world will feel smaller and more friendly.
I love that. You aren't just learning English, you are becoming a global citizen. You are expanding your world.
Let's summarize what we talked about today for our listeners.
First, we talked about how English connects people from different cultures. It's the bridge language.
Second, we talked about how English gives you access to more information, the internet, movies, and music.
Third, we gave you 5 tips. Change your phone settings, join a hobby group, use English subtitles, don't fear mistakes, and watch travel vlogs.
And finally, we reminded you that you are brave for learning. Don't give up.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Podcast English channel.
It was a pleasure. Don't forget to practice today, even just for 5 minutes.
Would you like me to send you a list of the vocabulary words we used in this episode?
We can definitely do that. Just check our website. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you next time.